on Sunday nights. The new arrival heats up the villa.
I like what I'm saying. Someone should have snapped you up.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 5 Episode 29. Let's get right into the video. So obviously we left off on a cliffhanger. You know, who's going down to between the 4 Casa Amor girls and then Keenan, Leo, Zay, and Mike. Yeah, so Sarah Hyland basically lets us know based on our votes. This whole decision was based on our votes. So I thought it was going to be, you know, the lowest votes get sent home immediately, and then the Islanders get to choose which one to save. But that did not happen. It was based purely on votes, and that was what it was. So she lets us know the guy who gets sent home based on the lowest votes. And that was Keenan. Surprise, surprise, we already knew that Keenan was going to get the lowest votes, and he did. He gets sent home, he's immediately dumped. So everybody's shocked. KK is like, you know what, I'm going to leave too. Like, no, I'm leaving too. So he goes over there to kiss KK, and he's like telling her to stay. And she's like, no, I'm leaving. So she voluntarily tells Sarah Hyland, you know, I'm going to go home too. If he's leaving, I'm leaving too.
I would like to voluntarily also leave. I found what I came here for, and I'd like to leave with Keenan.
You're too good for me.
You're perfect.
I found what I wanted from Love Island. I got my Love Island experience, you know. It is what it is. So Sarah Hyland basically wanted to just make sure that KK was, you know, positive, you know, in her decision. Like she's okay with doing what she's doing. Because she does not have to leave. She's safe. She does not have to leave. So Sarah Hyland was asking KK, are you sure? Tell me why Mike is like, you're being disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
Go anywhere, I want to make sure that you are absolutely happy with your decision.
No regret.
Like that.
Me?
Yeah, that sounded mad disrespectful.
Thank you.
Like, all Sarah Hyland did was ask KK, are you sure in your decision? Because she does not have to leave just because Keenan is leaving. So she volunteers to leave, and basically, like I said, that's what happened. Like I said, the dynamic between the girls is going to change, you know, for the rest of the season. KK was basically the glue for the girls, despite, you know, whatever that's been going on after the whole Casa Amor situation. She's been the glue. She's been Destiny's rock, or, you know, the person that Destiny talks to. That was her girl. So Destiny definitely felt it. Keenan left too, so that those are two of Destiny's closest people in the villa, Keenan and KK. She talks to Keenan, KK, and I think even Leo at times. Those are her closest people in the villa. Destiny does talk to other people, but KK was definitely her girl. Everybody knows KK was definitely Destiny's girl. So she was feeling it hard. Everybody was feeling it hard. Imani was just like, why are you doing that? Because obviously she wasn't feeling Keenan, especially after the whole movie night, the whole situation. She just wasn't feeling it. But yeah, she left. So yeah, after Mike was like, oh, Sarah Hyland was disrespectful, he basically, I guess, was trying to back Keenan, which was the weird. So Leo, he felt bad, so he basically apologizes to Sarah Hyland for Mike, and basically like, oh, I'm sorry for the way he's acted, like, oh, attentions are high, whatever. So, you know, Sarah Hyland was just like, boys will be boys. We found out that just based on votes, found out that Taylor S was safe, because obviously people voted her with Bergie. So she's safe out of the Casa girls. And then we found out that Johnny was safe. So that was a bit of a shocker, because this is basically purely on votes. It's not because of the Islanders' decisions or anything like that. So then Taylor C is left staying there, and she's getting sent home. Jonah then stands up, basically confesses his feelings for Taylor C in front of the whole villa. Basically says, like, I found my experience in here. I'm going to be leaving too. So he also voluntarily decides to leave with Taylor C. Now we find the guys who's safe based on purely votes. Leonardo was safe. I definitely saw a lot of people still voting for Leonardo after the whole fact. So I knew, okay, if it's based purely on votes, Leonardo was getting some votes. And then Zay was safe. So that leaves Mike going home too. So 6 people left tonight when it was only supposed to be 4. It was Mike, Hannah O, Jonah, Taylor C, and Keenan and KK. Talk about a clean sweep. They said they have to clean the house, okay? Because it was 20 people in there. So now we are down to 14 people, and that's a bearable number of people in here. That's bearable because we were working with 20 people. 20. So now we're down to 14, and we're working with it. We're working, okay? I was also close with Keenan, and then like Keenan, you can hear Keenan talking about, oh, he promised never to hurt KK. He also does a little speech and talking about like, oh, he loves KK. He found something in here. He wouldn't change anything. Because he got his clarity and da-da-da-da-da. And basically like, oh, KK's too good for him. And then you hear KK talking about he's perfect for her. I'm like, he's perfect after everything he's done. That guy's perfect for you? Like, be so for real. But anyway, he basically, tells the whole villa, in front of the whole villa, that he loves her. And, obviously we know that she loves him too. So obviously she's very smitten. She's like, she riding with her man. Like I said, I don't think any outside perspective is going to change anything between them unless her family, talks sense into her. But at the end of the day, I just think they're just going to be 2 peas in the pod, okay? Get to this whole Destiny and Zay thing once again. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this because that's basically happened throughout the episode. This whole Destiny Zay situation again. So, they're having a chat. Well, Destiny's obviously hurt because she lost people. Like, she lost her day ones in here. Keenan was a day 1 OG. KK was a day 1 OG. She lost her friends. So she's on, the balcony, I think Soul Ties area, and she's just like laying down to herself and just like, with her emotions. So Zay's over there, and he's like, you know what? If I left tonight, I would have regret not getting to know other girls. So Destiny was taken aback by it, like, it's a long night, everything that has happened. He's talking about, oh, if he left tonight, he will regret not speaking to the other girls. What other girls, Zay? What other girls? Because last time I checked, all the pre-Casa Amor girls who were with you in Casa Amor, you didn't check for. You put your eggs into Destiny's basket. You telling that you're checking for Destiny, you're riding for Destiny, that's the person that you want. Now, unless you're talking about the people who were in Casa Amor, which were Johnny, Taylor S, and Taylor C. So who are you trying to talk to? Are you just trying to talk to Johnny? Like, who are you trying to explore? Because there's no new bombshells. There's nobody here for you to speak to. So it's kind of weird that you now want to speak to somebody. So she was just, taken aback by it. She let him speak. And she was just like, you know what? It's a long night. I lost people. You can say what you say. Next thing you know, he's like, oh, every time I try to express my feelings, you kind of shut me down. That's what he's saying in the confessionals. When did she shut you down? She just like, okay, well, just let me know what you're doing. Just let me know what you're doing because depending on what you do, I might not be here. She didn't say anything wrong. What did she say that was wrong? She just said, depending on what you do, I might not be here. He's over here like, oh, that's what Level Island Experience is about, exploring connections and da-da-da-da. I'm like, he's not wrong for exploring connections, but don't make it seem like you were all in on Destiny, and then as soon as you get into to the villa, you switching up. You even said, but when she was contemplating between you and Mike, you even said like, oh, I'm all in with you, and you just gotta let me know. Like, he was saying that in the confession. It was like, I'm all in for Destiny, and if she's not there, then just let me know, da-da-da-da. Something like that he was saying. So what happened to that? What happened to you being all there for Destiny? I'm confused. So he should have definitely let Destiny know that he was planning on being open all the time. Like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand the whole Villa Visa situation. Like, if you were not 100% about Destiny, you should let her know, because he made Destiny feel wrong for considering between you and Mike. You know, if Mike did what he did in Casa Amor, and or if he was upfront and honest about what he did in Casa Amor to Destiny, you know, maybe she would have been considering him. But since he wasn't, then that's it. She closed the door with Mike, she got her closure, and she was focusing on you. You decide to have this whole situation where you're talking about you can't express your feelings, you can't express yourself, and and like not communicating properly with her. And then, you know, Destiny is trying to pursue you now. She made her decision, you know, pursue you, whatever. Even though Mike still had his door open for her. This morning, he's talking to Mattia, and Mattia's kind of giving him a heads up, basically, like, you know, let her know all, you know, how you're feeling, if you're 100% on her, if you're not 100% on her. Then he's also talking about himself with Cassie. He's like saying like, oh, you know what, after the whole Leo situation, like, you know what, it turned me off from her. You know, I'm not really feeling it with her. After Cassie and him had like this whole makeout sesh in the bed, Zay and Mattia are basically thinking about, you know, leaving their couple to explore new connections. Cassie and Destiny are talking about, you know, pursuing the people that they're couple up with. So it was very much hot and cold from this whole type of situation. Mattia then talks to Johnny, basically says like, you know what, I'm closing the door with Cassie, and I'm going to try to see where things are with you. Johnny doesn't even let Mattia, I guess, talk to Cassie. Johnny then pulls Cassie for a chat and basically says, you know, what, you know, Mattia says. So Cassie's like out of the loop. She thought like her and Mattia were like, you know, continuing their connection because they had a whole makeout session. And she was like, oh, it could have been more too. And I would have felt very dumb if I did it more. And this is how he's feeling. So he still hasn't talked to Cassie about the whole situation. Zay's over here trying to tell Destiny that he wants to be open. But then there's a text about this whole football game. In the football game, you know, the highlight basically is that all the cast of men should basically be dumped. They should have been dumped. All the cast of men should have been dumped. That's it. All the cast of men should have been dumped. That's it. Kyle, he kisses Johnny. And Imani was just like, people who sleep outside should never laugh. And
it's okay! It's alright! People sleeping outside should never laugh!
He showed his ass.
She ate that up. Mattia, he kisses Johnny, and then Zay kisses Cassie. But I'm like, if Zay was all about Cassie or even had any type of interest in Cassie during Casa Amor, he should have let that be known. Not wait until you're in the villa and now you're kissing Cassie. Like, the switch up is very wild. Very, very, very wild. Very, very wild. We have this whole Leo situation. He's trying to win back Cassie, and obviously the girls are helping him win back Cassie. You know, he said he wanted to like cook Cassie dinner and set up this whole situation, write her a poem and whatnot. Basically, his mission is to get back Cassie. So, yeah. Everybody's getting ready for the night. Destiny is sick or not feeling well. And I don't know if it's because like all her A1 day ones are gone now. And that's why she's feeling some type of way or what happened. But she's feeling sick. She's stuck in the hideaway. And I'm just like, if the Love Island USA know what's good for them, they would send in a bombshell. If they know they're not sending no bombshells in, just let Destiny go. Just let Destiny go. I don't want to see her suffering because it's not even her. She didn't even do anything in this episode that was like, oh, she's in the wrong. It was Zay who did the whole switcheroo. He did a whole 180, okay? He did a whole 180. So Destiny's in the highway. She's sick, not feeling well. Cassie, she gets a text, and Scott, look here. Scott's back in the villa. He's back in the Love Island USA villa.
I'm Scott, I'm 22, and I'm from Wales in the UK. I was in Love Island UK. I didn't find love, so I thought, why not take it international? You okay?
Wait, stop! You're from the UK one!
Yeah, how are you?
And he pulls Cassie for a date. They have a date, they talk. I'm just like, why is Scott here? Like, he's not beating the game player allegations. He's definitely not beating them. Because why are you here? Like, even if you do find a connection here, are you going to uproot your life and move to the States? Like, be so for real, Scott. Be so for real. Are you going to move to the States if you find somebody here? Like, be for real. Don't pull an Abby now. Be couple up with somebody and basically string them along, knowing good and well you don't really care for them like that. Don't pull an Abby now, because we know he wasn't feeling with Abby. He was just stringing the girl along. We already knew he wasn't feeling it, and he took so long. Even though everybody in the village was telling him, just let the girl know you're not feeling it with her. And then he comes later and says, oh, yeah, I was just with her because nobody else was coming in. Like, please don't do that. I know, like, he's not beating them allegations. Because I'm just like, what happened with this whole Catherine situation? Obviously, everybody who's on season 10 that he, like, talks to or whatever, they knew that he was coming on the USA show. They were saying that he had 24 hours to make that decision. Because he's basically walking in as a bombshell. So he's going to be here for the rest of the season, give or take if he gets sent home before them. But I don't know what was the purpose of bringing him here. Like, why are you here, Scott? Like, why are you here? What happened with Catherine? But obviously she knows. I guess she knew prior. So, yeah, what's going on here? Anyways, with that being said, he's on there with Cassie. Everybody back in the villa don't know where Cassie is. They're like, I don't know where Cassie is. Leo's over here like, he has everything planned for Cassie to confess his love to her, and she's gone. And nobody knows where she is. We see a preview for Sunday night, and Scott also takes Imani on a date. And he's like chatting her up, whatever. And we'll have to see how that goes. Then we see Leo, and he's talking to Cassie. He's just like, let me know if I can win you back or whatever. If I can't win you back, then I'll take a leave of absence too. I'll voluntarily leave the villa as well. And I'm like, this is the season where we have the most voluntarily exits. From Anna to KK to Jonah and maybe Leo, depending on if Cassie wants to try to pursue him or, accept his, efforts to win her back. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, comment down below and let me know your thoughts, comments, and concerns. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.